Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar organized by JetBrains. I'm Paul Everett, PyCharm Developer Advocate, and I'll be your host. The topic for today's webinar is what it's like to do instructional videos on YouTube. Today, we have Nelson Jamal, DevOps engineer by day, teacher, YouTube star by night. Welcome, Nelson.
Hi, Paul. Thanks.
This is going to be a fun one. I was talking with Nelson in the kind of warm-up area before this. I've really been looking forward to this one because this is stuff that I need to learn as well. Your Amigoscode channel on YouTube and the related stuff you do on, I guess, Instagram and on your website and stuff like that, you've gone from 5,000 subscribers, I guess, in January to over 100,000 now. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
And I think one of the things you may talk to us about is it's not always about subscribers, it's about views. And your channel video, Day in the Life of a Software Engineer, has over 750,000 views.
Yeah, that's the most popular one.
And you do this in your spare time because you are a DevOps engineer by day?
Exactly.
You must be exhausted. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, to be honest, it just started me trying to share with the viewers, the real life, because most of these videos that you see on YouTube, they just show you eating cereals on the office, having coffee, and I just wanted people to see what is like my real life, not just coding, but also like what I do. For example, praying at work, having fun with colleagues. And yeah, so that was the main reason why I wanted to share that experience with the viewers, and people loved it.
All right. And today you're going to teach people, but I guess today you're going to teach people about how to teach people.
Exactly.
About making videos on YouTube, getting subscribers, which is the thing we're all like, that's just freaking magic. How do I do that? So you're going to talk to us about that, but you're also going to show something you're releasing, right?
Yes, exactly.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I'm actually releasing a PyCharm course. So this is a follow-up on the IntelliJ course, which I've done, I think was over a year ago. And I wasn't expecting for that to get so many views, but it turned out to be a quite popular one. And because I've been doing some videos on Python, I thought maybe, because I've done one for IntelliJ, I might just do one for PyCharm actually. And yeah, so that was the main reason. And yeah. PyCharm coming up soon. Oh, actually, it's been released today, actually.
I got to see it last week. I'm just saying. It's really well done. It's like your other videos, really engaging. And on that point, your videos, like I think the one you just mentioned, the IntelliJ full course, 240,000 views or something like 243,000 views?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
These are really well done. As someone who has to make videos, I can appreciate the way you make videos, and there's a lot of well-done aspects to it. The rest of your catalog is something for people to go look at your channel and the video listing. It's a huge catalog covering all kinds of topics, Postgres and Docker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these things are a lot of work to produce. How long is the PyCharm course?
So the PyCharm course is 2 hours and 10 minutes, exactly.
And I guess you'll give us a little bit of an idea as we get into this about how much work that was to produce it. So yes. We'll continue on to the webinar. We'd like to make this webinar as conversational and live as possible. Got to admit, this is my first time doing a webinar with the StreamYard format and putting myself and the guest on camera. So it's already more conversational and live than usual. If you have any questions or problems during the webinar, feel free to ask them at any time during the presentation. Use the chat in YouTube. And I'm sitting over here looking at this side, and I'll be typing answers in. And then a few pauses during the webinar, Nelson will ask me for questions. I'll give some questions from you back to Nelson that he will answer live. The PyCharm team, if I need to, I can go paste some things into Slack and get some answers from them, put them right back in the chat. Please don't wait until the end of the talk. Have your questions, ask your questions as soon as you have them. Now, I joke about this in the webinar. The most common question, is this webinar being recorded? The reason I joke about this is 5 minutes from now, the first question will be, is this webinar being recorded? Yes, we are doing the recording. The recording will be available as part of the YouTube publication process with the synchronized chat, I believe as soon as possible. We'll also announce it on our blog and on our Twitter account. We're ready to go. With all that set, let's begin. Nelson, teach us how to be YouTube famous.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to switch over to Nelson's screen, and here we go.
Cool. So yeah, so I've got some slides for you guys. I promise not to keep it boring because I want this to be interactive so you can ask me questions. So a little bit about myself. So my name is Nelson. I'm a DevOps engineer working in London, UK. So I'm working for a startup, not startup, used to be a startup company. It's a fintech called Starling Bank. So I'm a DevOps engineer by day, as you said, Paul. I mainly look after infrastructure. I work a lot of with the AWS, Kubernetes, and all of that good stuff. And then on the side, I do YouTube. So teaching people, basically teaching coding, inspiring people. And also I like to interview others so that I can give boost to people coming into the field of software engineering so that they don't feel alone, right? So Amigoscode is a platform where you don't feel alone, and we've got a big community Facebook group and Discord where it's over 10,000 people together learning how to code. So I would love you to be part of it. Also, I'm the founder of Amigoscode, so that's a platform that I was telling you. The main reason really is just like I discovered that I love teaching. And my journey into software engineering wasn't straightforward. So everything started around probably almost 10 years ago. I used to play football. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life because I had an injury, so football wasn't meant to be. So I had to look for a new career. And because I had a little degree in informatics, I decided to go to computer science because it was the closest thing that I knew a little bit about, but I didn't know much about computer science nor programming. So throughout my time at university, it was a struggle because usually footballers they just want to play football, and study is like the last thing that they want to care about. So for me, it was a struggle, and everything started because I remember exactly when people were having issues, because I wasn't the only one struggling. So a lot of people were struggling with logic or Java. So that was my second programming language. A lot of people were struggling with those concepts. So I was like, right. So because now I understand these concepts, and I know a lot of people are struggling, I might just like record some videos and put on YouTube just for people at university, right? And surprisingly enough, I think we were like 200 or 300 students, and the videos go like 3 or 4 times the amount of students that we had. So I was like, wow, people actually benefiting from this. And then it was just like that. I discovered the passion of teaching, but it wasn't until last year where I was actually trying to find ways of making money online. That was literally the thing. I wanted to have like a little bit of extra cash from aside from my full-time job, and I was trying to find ways. So I tried drop shipping. So this is where you buy items from China and then you sell them on Amazon and all of these things, right? And what I failed to realize was that I already had a YouTube channel, but I wasn't making the best use of it. So early in January, I was like, you know what? I think, drop shipping is not for me. I've got a YouTube channel. Why not just, make it work from this year? This is the thing that I want to do, right? So I put in my mind that I'm going to put everything into it and see where it goes, right? So I didn't have any ideas that it was going to be how it's been going. So it's been an amazing journey. But yeah, so this is how things started. So early in January, so you can see, so here, in here, around here, so I was posting videos. Oh, actually, I had my channel for a very long time, but I wasn't posting anything. But then around 2017, I was posting 1 or 2 videos, but that was it. I was just posting videos just for the sake of posting videos. But then in January, you can see here. So this is when I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try and make this work and happen. And then the day of the live at my work, this is when the views literally just skyrocket. So you can see the big spike around right here. So at that point, I was like, do you know what? I think this might work. This might work, right? And
I love that graph.
yeah, and to be fair, like you can see, like it hasn't been like a straight through a straight path, because I've had like ups and downs, and I'm still trying to figure out how the YouTube algorithm works by just trying to produce different content. So Python, Java, DevOps, interviewing people. So I'm still trying to figure out what really works well for my channel. So it's been a journey. So it's been like 10 months so far, and to be honest, it's been great. So let me just show you some of the stats that I have here for you. So you can see, so from January, so this is when the spike went, but then all of a sudden it went down, and then it went up, and I was like, right, so I need to try and figure out, what works. Then it was a little bit down, and then you basically can see like the roller coaster that I've been having. So this week I actually posted a series of Python courses alongside with PyCharm. So this is me like experimenting to see what is going to work for my channel. But you can see the top videos. You can see here, so Day in the Life. So this was one of the top ones, and then the interview with Ben. So this was my colleague at work, and then you can see like IntelliJ. I wasn't expecting this. Spring Security, and then showing people like what it's like to be a software engineer by throwing jokes here and there, because I feel it's really important that if you like, people think that if you're a programmer, it's just like maths, and you have to be a nerd and wear glasses and all of that stuff, right? For me, I like to have fun. It's really important, and I like to engage with people. So so this is what I'm trying to promote with my channel and help people to become software engineers. So now what's changed, right? So for me, I think the most important thing was that I didn't know what I was doing, but then when I decided that this was going to be the year, I started to experiment with different things. So I had videos, but I was never showing my face. So I was like, right, so let me just do this video, Day in the Life, so people know me, right? And then I can experiment with other videos. So that one was quite popular. And then I was like, right, so cool. So the next one will be, maybe I can start giving advice to people. And then I was receiving good comments. And then I also started the Amigoscode community. So this is a private Facebook group and Discord. And I remember the day that it was just me. I was the only person there. And now it's almost 10,000 people, actually more than 10,000 people combined. But yeah, I was just trying to experiment things, see what works, see what doesn't, and try to show a little bit of my personality, right? So I'm Muslim. I showed people that I was praying at work, and people love that. And I was like, you know what? I think YouTube sometimes it's not just about you just like learning, PyCharm or learning IntelliJ or Java, right? Because it can be boring sometimes. It can be boring, right? So people can just sit down, relax, and just watch, Nelson like talk about how to become a successful software engineer, or how to get boost up, so that the journey of software engineering sometimes can be really difficult. But if you have like that boost, that you need to realize that it's not a sprint and it's a marathon. And this is what I try to convey with my channel. So this really was just the things that I started doing. And to be honest, like I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how can I go from 100 to 200, 3, 4, and then hopefully start thinking into millions. So I'm actually like I'm really focused on this. So yeah, so I'm just trying to experiment. And yeah, so by no means I'm an expert on YouTube. This is stuff that I've been learning over the last 10 months, but I'm happy to share with you and let you know that yes, it is possible. Right now is the best time that you can start to to create content because, COVID pandemic, things are changing, and we need people like you watching. We need people like you to share everything Like, it doesn't have to be just programming. It could be how to cook, or literally anything. Literally, you can teach anything, literally anything, and it's just amazing, right? And I'm going to show you exactly the benefits that it comes with, because I wasn't expecting none of this to happen. So yeah, so any questions?
Yes, we have some good questions already. You mentioned something in the beginning about boosting others. I'm really interested in this. Could you talk a little more about that?
Yeah. So as I said, my journey wasn't straightforward, and I've struggled throughout my journey. And because I've struggled, I know exactly what people go through when they start their career. I feel it. It's like I feel when beginners start, because I get lot of people sending messages. I want to learn Java. How long does it take to learn programming? Should I memorize? Should I not memorize? How long does it take? And it's just like I feel exactly what feel what they are feeling, right? And there were times that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit. Like, programming is too hard. Like, just imagine, it's like learning a programming language. It doesn't make sense. And you're like, am I going to be able to learn this or be like really good at it? And it just got to a point that I had no way out, to be honest. Like, it had to be, literally, it just had to be. And yeah, and then I've been learning. I've been actually reading some books on motivation, and I feel like, yeah. So like, me helping and motivating others is something that I like, because I just can see, like, if we have lots of people like unleashing their brains, and because, like, programming is not just for smart people or nerds, right? Anyone can be a programmer, right? And just imagine if everyone comes together and they bring all of the ideas that they have. We can build a much better world where we provide solutions that can solve many problems around the world. And this is what I'm trying to do, right? I believe.
Yeah, my colleague Trisha G is a rock star, famous keynoter in the world of Java, is just so fantastic about helping the next generation and giving some of her fame over to others to help them be famous. And that seems to be a thing on YouTube, is people who make it up the ladder then use their channel to help others get some views, get some subscribers, and pull the next people up the ladder as well. So that's really cool that you're doing that. On to a more specific one. Equipment used. You're going to talk about this, right?
Sorry. I didn't.
The equipment you use when making your videos.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to cover that.
Yeah.
One thing you're not going to cover, which has already been asked twice, video editing software on Linux. You're not going to cover that, right?
No.
Okay. So maybe what they could do is contact you in your YouTube channel, and you could go on Amigoscode and get an answer for them. So for that one, follow up with Nelson directly. This is a really interesting question. I say it's interesting because I also have this question for you. What did you notice about your teaching style that made you realize you can teach others?
I think it was explaining programming by just taking really dumb examples and make it fun. And also, I tend to speak really slow. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people say, "Oh my God, I've learned so much English with you." And I'm like, what? What makes you say that? Right? And yeah, so I tend to speak really slow. So people, when they see the examples, they can understand it, because I used to be there. Right? And people explain something like classes, polymorphism, and all of these things. I'm like, fine, but what do I do with it?
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Putting it into the real world, like, I wasn't getting that connection. And yeah, so just talking slow to people and give them examples that they can just see it and then say, oh, right, Okay, cool.
And I'll add a follow-up to that, which is my last comment before handing it back to you, is you made a point, you said one of the first things that you changed, what changed? One of the first things you changed was showing your face and showing your personality.
Yeah.
And I want to emphasize this for everybody because in getting to know Nelson and working on this webinar and doing the interview on the blog about Nelson's background, it's changed me and it's changed us. I'm about to do the What's New video for WebStorm and for PyCharm. I've done a lot of these. I've done, I think, 14 or so of the PyCharm videos in the last few WebStorm videos. And they're always the same. They're always so corporate. And I do the corporate voice with no personality. But this time we're going to experiment and give a try at having me on screen and say what I think as a person rather than just reading a transcript, because we've learned a little bit from you about it's more engaging, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so let me switch back to, let's see. Yeah, we're still on your screen, right? So you can continue on with your next part.
Right, cool. Yeah, so the next part really is how I record my videos. So this is my current setup, and it was never like this. I gotta be honest. So this desk, this was actually a company that sent it over. So they wanted to collaborate, and they said, we'll send you this standing desk, you make a video. And I was like, fine. But basically, when I'm about to record a video or a course, what I usually do is some research. I try to find what people are looking for. So the research really involves YouTube, also asking people on my private community, because I try to make them happy, right? I try to solve their problems. It's really important that I connect with my community. And then I also look at, for example, Udemy or LinkedIn Learning or Lynda, and see what is popular out there. So once I know what is popular and what the community wants, then I do some planning. So the planning mainly involves, right, so from this video or course, is there a way that I can, capture leads and then turn them into money? Or is it just more to increase my channel views, right? Because you've got both sides there that you have to balance. Because we have to remember, right? So we creators, we spend a lot of time on creating content, and you can relate to me, Paul, like, but editing, it's really time consuming, right? It is time consuming, and people don't see how much time that we spend creating content. It's so time consuming. It's so time consuming, right? So I try and find ways that I can make money from all of that time spent, right? And then once I know, right, so this is what I'm about to record, this is what I'm intending to do, then I go and build a project. So on my channel, most of the stuff that I teach, for example, Spring Boot, I've never used Spring Boot in production, never in my life. Like some of the things that I teach is like me going out there and learn, and then I'm learning these concepts. For example, Spring security. So it's a really difficult topic that people struggle with, but I just say, right, I'm going to try and learn it, see what are the struggles, and then make it so that people understand it like dead easy, like, really simple examples. And when they see it, it's like, they can understand it, right? And this is why Spring security was like a success. And to be honest, I gave that for free because I was still learning how to, get viewers, getting subscribers. And this is one thing also, right? So when you start, you want to give the best first. It's not like take away before you give, right? So you need to give as much as you can and let people know, wow, this guy's content is like top notch. And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give a lot of free and useful content. So on my website or amigoscode.com, most of the content is actually free. I only have like a couple ones where I sell, but I feel like first I gotta remember, right? It's been only 10 months, and I want to build like an empire out of this. So once I have the project, I've learned maybe a language or a framework, then I can break it down into sections. So here I can say section 1, you're going to learn about X, Y, Z. And here now I do have all the videos that I'm about to record. And then it's just moving into recording. So recording for me is something which is natural at this time. I usually don't rehearse. I just go straight into. If I make mistakes, if I make a mistake, I'll just write, right, cool. I'll just pause and then say the same word and then just chop it in video. And that's it. So I feel like if I learn how to do that correctly, then editing will be much easier because I don't have to cut. So this is something that I'm trying to improve every single day. After recording, so usually recording takes like probably, depending on the course, a good course can take like maybe 15 to 20 days to record, and then the remaining is just editing, which takes most of the time. With editing, I'm using mainly Camtasia. So this is a nice tool to record your screen, and then you can edit. And then the editing that I do is really minimal. It's just cutting and then adding the noise reduction, and then sometimes just adding the yellow circle around the cursor so people see exactly where your mouse is. And then I do some SEO. So this is like, see what keywords to use, and then also writing the copy for whether it's YouTube or my website. So just to give an example, I do have, so this is PyCharm. And so if I'm teaching PyCharm, for example, so I'll just take you through how I did the PyCharm course. So I've been using IntelliJ for some time now, and it's funny because I think it was last week I was having a battle. It was like a game between a friend of mine. He's like a Java and DevOps engineer, and we were having a competition to know who knew the keyboard shortcuts of IntelliJ. It was just like super fun. But with PyCharm, what I did was I was like, right, let me go through all of these menus. So I go into PyCharm. From here, what can I cover? Wow, preferences, right? So with preferences, you've got themes, which is really cool, font size, and then plugins, right? So presentation assistant. So this plugin teaches you how to use keyboard shortcuts, because that's the best way that you can take full advantage of your IDE. Then I go file, maybe what can I take from here? Editing, I can see like column selection. So this is like editing mode, maybe, and then view, how to organize windows. Basically, I go through every single of these, and then I try and break it down into sections and videos. And I can see also terminal. So most people, maybe they think that you need to use, for example, your iTerm or your default shell, but no, PyCharm gives you everything, right? Especially if you go for the professional one, you even have the database integration, which is amazing, right? You can do everything in your IDE, and this is how I'm trying to teach people that knowing the IDE will make you a much better developer. So yeah, so this is how I went about teaching PyCharm. And also one thing that I also like to emphasize is like keyboard shortcuts. So you can see, for example, a presentation assistant taking place there. If I want to collapse that, I just press Command 1, Command 7 to hide tabs. But yeah, so this is basically, a lot of people don't know these things, but I just try and organize things in a much easier way so people know their way around things. So this is how I've done the PyCharm course. Any questions on that?
Sure, we have a few. First, from my friend Mukul, common pitfalls. What are the mistakes you make in all those places in that process, the bulleted list you have up right now? What are some of the common mistakes that you make every time?
Common mistakes. Right. I think, what mistake? To be honest, I think if there is one mistake that it's really difficult to me to find a mistake actually. I don't know. Maybe planning. I would say planning could be better because sometimes I end up with the wrong plan, and I realize, oh crap, I've missed this. So now I need to extend the section, and then I finish the course, and sometimes I have to go back and then re-record.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, and that is so it's so annoying because you literally reach the end of the tunnel, and now you have to go back.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh boy, this is never.
And your courses are long, so you got a long way to go back.
Yes, and it's like this is never ending, and then it's never ending, and then you just like, I just want to finish this and just archive this and never see it again. It's like, I think that maybe is one of the mistakes that I do.
That's a better one than my answer. My answer was going to be I forgot to turn off the menu bar or something like that, or notifications, or I forget to take the phone off my desk and put it in the other room and it rings in the middle or something like that.
Yeah,
and
notifications is a common one actually. It's a common one. Yeah.
So those are little things, but they're solved by what you said before, which is don't stop, pause, take a breath, keep talking, and fix it later in post-production.
Exactly.
And so we joke on the advocacy team, if we ever published our raw footage with all of our curse words in it.
Oh my, if I publish some of my ones as well, like viewers, like the stuff that I record is not perfect. It is not. I have so many cuts that you don't see, and it's like, you don't want to know. Like,
and I don't know about you, but especially when I get near the end and I'm tired, and I get into this segment, and it's not that it's a hard segment, is for whatever reason I make the same mistake 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating. Can I just get past this segment? A question from Samantha. She asked about SEO, and so I explained it, search engine optimization, but YouTube's a little bit of a different beast. What have you learned about the YouTube algorithm on things like the length of videos, the frequency and reliability of the schedule, tagging, anything like that?
Yeah, so this is a good one, which I've been learning, and to be honest, like everyone thinks they know the YouTube algorithm, but I don't think many of us do understand exactly how it works. But it really depends on your channel. I gotta say, it really depends on your channel. So I experimented with long videos because Free Code Camp, before they blew up to, I think, 3 million subscribers right now, they only had like these short videos. But then I actually spoke with Bo, is one of, I think is the YouTube content creator for Free Code Camp, and he said that the longer videos for us does actually work. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me just give it a go, right? And it actually did work for my channel.
That's crazy.
People seem to love those videos. So, IntelliJ, Spring Security, Spring Boot.
I don't understand this. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't understand. And one thing that I've been told by a YouTube expert, actually she works at YouTube, is that tags don't matter at all. Yeah, tags don't matter at all. What counts is the actual view time, right? So the reason why they like to have long videos is because the watch time is much bigger. So YouTube only cares, right, what's the average view duration for a video? You'll have a much bigger chance on a long video than one which is like 5 minutes. Right? If people spend more time watching your video, then the YouTube algorithm will recommend,
because there's more chances for ads.
Exactly. They want to make money. Exactly. So
whenever you have this question, you should try to think like an advertiser, and then you can get the answer to all these questions.
Yeah. But it's a tricky one because there are channels. You got channels. For example, I had a video which was like 1.5 minutes, and that one got like 150,000 views.
Mm.
So it really depends, and you need to try. You need to experiment and see what works best for your channel. So my one, long videos work sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. I still don't know why. But it's something that you have to keep on experimenting.
The questions are coming in faster than I'm getting them out. I apologize to everyone, and I will try to. I will perhaps mistakenly use a French pronunciation. A question from Courage: pitfalls and advice in your tech journey after university.
Pitfalls and advice. Well, okay, this is some career
Career stuff.
Yeah, so I think when I started, I thought that it was a sprint, and I wanted to be really good at it, and I compared myself with people that been doing this for years, right? And I just wanted to be good, and I wasn't. And the thing with computer science and technology and programming is that it's a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a journey. There is so much that you can learn. There is so literally, like I'm learning every single day. Every single day, it's constant learning. It never stops. And something that you need to realize is that you need to start easy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if you look back, you'll say, wow, indeed, like it was just a matter of time. Sometimes you see, like, little kids, they've been programming from the age of 6, 7, and those are like geeks, like those are like exceptions, but like majority of us, it's not like that, right? So everything comes with experience, and just take your time, because people don't expect you to know everything when you start. I was worried, like, oh my gosh, should I ask this question? They might think I'm dumb, like I don't know this. But no, like, if you work for a company, you should find a company that will take junior developers on board and realize that they need your support, because it's a journey. It's a journey, right? And it just takes time. So just have fun. If you feel down, like, just remember what I say. If you feel down, just get back up. It's a journey, and we all been through that experience.
It reminds me of something you said earlier about, part of it is you just got to make videos. I mean, you got to put in the work, put it in regularly, be reliable. I guess it's the same on a tech journey. And then, like you, I don't know Spring Boot, so I'm going to make a video and share it with the world, which I guess is part of the attraction. On to the next question from Samantha. Let's see. No, from Gerard. Do you record each this is every video every screencaster thinks long and hard about this one. Do you record each section separately or record the whole course in one go? You've already discussed this, but maybe you can elaborate on it.
Oh boy. I'm trying to see if I've got anything here. Right. So what I do is, let me just see if I can open up Camtasia here so you can see. Yeah, so what I do is I record the videos separately because, one, it's easier.
And then you just do jump cuts to stitch them together?
Right. Yeah, I'm having trouble here. But basically, with videos, it's best if you record a video which is like between 3 to max 8 minutes, because editing, you don't want the videos to be long, because editing will upset you, basically, right? You
it's soul crushing.
Yeah, you want to keep them nice and small so that editing is like dun 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 dun. That's it, right?
Yep.
And then for the long videos that you see, this is just me, like, stitching all the videos together.
Sure.
I think I broke the record for the Python course Python PyCharm course, which I recorded those two courses in 2 weeks. So literally, Python was 3 days of recording, and then weekend was just editing until like 3-4 a.m. And yeah, by the end of it, I was like, oh boy, this is crazy. But
I'll give an answer. What I have done to date is I make videos. Essentially, my customers are the IDE teams, and I write everything I'm going to say, and I have bulleted lists about what I'm going to show, and we negotiate to make sure that I'm saying what they want. And then I will record the audio in the corporate voice. And then I will record the video, and then I'll fight Camtasia for 100 years trying to synchronize those.
oh,
And it comes off polished. And recently I changed to one shot, and it just felt so much better.
yep.
And as long as you're willing to live with putting a typo in there and then hitting backspace, and your viewers are willing to live with that or live with jump cuts, then the answer to Gerard is you record them all separately, but each segment is one go stitched together so that you can go back and replace one segment if you need to, right?
Exactly.
All right. Samantha has a question. What was the biggest learning curve from professional like DevOps to being a video editor? Do you use a form of self-management to help you plan?
Right. So in terms of video editing, so I've been using Adobe products for more than 10 years. So I think this has helped me quite a lot, to be honest. Photoshop, I can say like I'm really confident with Photoshop. I used to before I used to be a photographer, take pictures, and then I used to,
which is why you've got that killer camera, right?
Exactly. And I used to retouch pictures. I used to remove blemishes, change eye colors,
Yes.
all of these things, and then editing as well. So because I had a camera, right, let me shoot video. And yeah, so it's been something that has helped me, because now I don't have to go and learn how to edit videos because it's just in my blood, basically.
Okay. A question. Let's see. Next question is from, hopefully I get the pronunciation right, Cybele. What usually happens? I'm interested in this one. It's a great question. What usually happens after a video launches that lets you know if it was successful? What do you measure in addition to the YouTube analytics? You and I talked about how do you know what's going to be successful?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, to be honest. I've had videos where I thought maybe it's going to blow up, and nothing. And like videos like IntelliJ, I just made it, and it was like, right, first week it was like less than 1,000, 2 weeks less than 3,000, something like that, and then it just took off for some reason. I don't know why, but it just took off.
Did it get on Hacker News or something?
I don't know.
You would know if it was Hacker News.
Exactly. I would know, but literally, it's a tough one. But
okay, so the second part of that, do you use anything besides YouTube analytics?
No.
Okay. On to my colleague, Nafil, who I feel like I poached his question because I asked you a similar question earlier.
Yeah.
And boy, does he really talk with me about this. I could learn from him on this. Do you feel like the common thread in all of this is consistency?
Yeah. Definitely.
As far as getting your numbers up.
Definitely. I think, I mean, from motivational things that I've been listening to, is like, if you give up, you've missed the opportunity. And I just sometimes regret that I didn't take YouTube serious like 5 years ago, because otherwise I would have had like probably 1 million subscribers, as many people.
Yeah.
But consistency. I mean, it's with everything. Have you ever imagined, or have you ever thought about it? Sometimes you are trying to do something, you want something, and you're trying really, really hard, but it's like impossible. But as soon as you stop, it just happens. For some reason, it just happens, right? And what you have to learn from that is that you just have to keep on pushing, keep on doing it. Eventually, no matter what, eventually, it is possible, and you're just gonna do it, basically.
Okay, we have that's about all the questions that we have at the moment. I'm sure we're going to get some more. Do you have some more slides or anything else you want to cover?
Yes, so I can just quickly go through this. So from my gear and software, I don't have any pictures or whatnot. I'm just going to show you. So for my main videos that I shoot, this is the camera. So Sony. I used to be on Canon before, 5D Mark II before, but then I switched to Sony. So they're really good, really small. And then for the lens, I've got like a wide lens. To be fair, the only reason I have this is because I used to do photography, and I love like that raw quality, putting into Lightroom, Photoshop, edit. Like I love that stuff. To be honest, you don't need one of these days. If you want to record yourself, you can just use your smartphone. It's more than enough. Then for audio, what I have basically, this is the main mic that I have with the boom arm. This is when I do my videos with Camtasia. But then if I'm recording myself to the camera, I've got a lav mic where I can just stick it here. And then I've got this wireless transmitter and receiver where it goes one into the lav mic and then the other one onto the camera, and then no wires. So that helps me quite a lot, to be honest. Behind me, you can see I've got my umbrella, tripod, and that's about it, really. That's about it. The thing is, you want to keep it simple. You don't want to go and get like stuff like from photography days. I bought so many things. Like I've got so much stuff. I can give away so much stuff here because I don't use it, right? But yeah, you don't need to buy lots of things. All you need is just your camera. If you're starting out, just your camera, and then see what works. And then I think I was watching a video on Mr. Beast. I think that's his name. He's a popular YouTuber, and he got like 100K subscribers with his smartphone. 100K subscribers only with his smartphone. So yeah, don't spend much money on expensive gear. And then for software, mainly editing videos is Camtasia. So really nice and easy to learn. I was thinking maybe I should do a course on Camtasia just to see whether it's going to blow or not. No idea. I don't know. The list is just huge. And then Premiere Pro for video editing, where it comes straight from the camera. And yeah, that's about it, really.
Do you have you ever put your audio through any de-echo or boosting or GarageBand or anything like that?
No, I've never. The thing is, with editing, I want to edit as fast as I can.
Yes.
As fast.
Good point.
Fast, I don't want to tweak that.
Good point.
I don't have a team working for me. I don't have a team. I just want to, film, edit, get out. That's it.
Yep.
Right. So yeah.
Which I guess is part of the justification for having a really good camera, maybe a really good mic, put in the work in your room to hang sound panels or whatever, instead of spending, like unfortunately I do, infinite time fighting your clips and hating your existence if you just can't make it sound good.
I'll teach you. I promise. Cool. So I've got just a couple more slides. So
okay.
Opportunities. When I started this, I didn't know that I would have had so many opportunities. One of them is just talking to you, JetBrains. Like I love the products. IntelliJ. I mean, yeah, it's just a beauty on its own. Writing code is just it's just beautiful stuff. So thank you. Thanks JetBrains for an amazing piece of software. By the way, is it written in Java?
It is written in Java.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know you could write. The UI is written in Java? The UI?
The UI is written in Java, and PyCharm is like 5% sitting on top of the IntelliJ platform. So
Wow.
all the IDEs are sitting on that platform. And when you reformat Python code, you're executing a big pile of Java components. When you do the VCS, when you do navigation, it's all at the platform level. And let me put it this way. We actually have our own forked JVM, OpenJDK. We've got some engineers that develop a JVM to fix things in Swing and font handling and stuff like that. So it's big time. But thank you very much for the kind words.
Wow.
And it was not paid to say that.
Do you know what? I was going to record a video saying people not to use Swing. And you're telling me that you guys, oh boy, this is next level stuff. But yeah, so yeah, opportunities. Yeah, so just talking to companies, you got people sending you stuff. So people have been sending me back massagers. I've got back massagers sent for free just for an Instagram post. Standing desk. People will pay you for a collaboration, and sometimes can be like a lot of money or small money, but it all adds up, to be honest. So lots of opportunities that I wasn't expecting, to be honest. And then moving into how I make money. So mainly two ways that I make money: through YouTube ad revenue, and then I'm still learning how to drive more traffic and convert more people and sell from my website. So right now it's mainly YouTube ad revenue, my website, and people that want to collaborate for me to basically give them a shout out on one of my videos. With collaborations, I could make so much money. I'm going to be honest here. I could make so much money, but I'm not after money where I'm just promoting someone else's software that I don't believe, right? I believe that success is not money. It's not you being able to have lots of money, but success is when you feel good with yourself, where for me at least, I'm changing people's lives, right? So from my community, I've seen so many people saying my videos have helped them with interviews. Some of them got a job. And this is for me, like if I can impact someone else's career, this for me is success and not money. So this is why I provide lots of free content on my website, because there's something in me which brings me joy on seeing people being able to, like, I've been there. Like, there was a point in my career where, I used to work for a factory, right? Where it was just a job where I was getting like probably £5 an hour, and I had to work my way up, right? So, seeing people working their way up and being able to have money to support their parents, it's just beautiful for me. It's just beautiful. This life for me is more about helping others, and money is just nothing. Money doesn't bring happiness to me. I'd rather have like good friends, good network, having good family, and yeah, just live like that.
A comment on that, but first, a comment and a question, but first, a comment from the PyCharm team. First, Nafiel points out the UI in PyCharm is actually Swing based. And the funny thing is about your video, we'd probably have a lot of JetBrains engineers that would come watch your video about don't use Swing.
Wow.
But Andre, the team lead for PyCharm, points out that it's Java and Kotlin. And so there's a lot of stuff under the surface now that's starting to be written in Kotlin, which is kind of Java for humans. I didn't say that out loud. I didn't say that. Maybe we'll get you to do a Kotlin video. So back to this slide, I can confirm in talking with Nelson over the past few weeks, he means what he says. He's doing this for his heart more than his wallet. But I am interested. Do you think this time next year, do you think you might have figured out a little bit more about this?
Yes. Do you know what? Definitely, because that's my goal for next year, is how to, take this a step further, because, we spend so much time recording and, giving content, sometimes, like, I got to be honest with you, like, this week has been super crazy with job, and then preparing for, this webinar, and alongside other projects, editing. So I'm like super tired. Maybe you can't tell, but I'm like exhausted. But I'm gonna keep going. Like, literally, I'm gonna keep going. It's like there's no other way. I'm just gonna keep going. And yeah, so
well, we got a couple more questions. A question, a comment, and a request.
Right.
I'll say a question, a request, and a comment.
Okay.
And then we'll do the closeout on this. Question: What for this from Gerard? What's the best way to build on your email list of people who watch your videos? To build on top of it, what's the best way to get value out of that network?
Right. So I can tell you how I do it. So from my free contents, from my free content, I have I've got an account with ConvertKit. So basically, when someone enrolls to one of my courses, I store their email, and then I have like an email sequence where I send them like lots of free content and advice and success stories, and then I do some soft and hard sales, right? So this is where I say, right, I've got this course where you should maybe just buy, just to help me out here, right? Yeah, so that's one way. And then on the website, people just subscribing to your emailing list. But email is powerful. I gotta say, email is super powerful.
Maybe we'll do a webinar with you this time next year and see how things changed. So first, now the request. Someone wants a video from you on writing IntelliJ plugins on the SDK, because there's a lot of docs on it, but this is an area of infinite need.
Right.
We will take that up with Nelson in a different venue.
I will put it in the backlog.
Yes, put it in the backlog. We already have a couple of things we'd like Nelson to do. So I'll close out with you before handing it back to you for some final comments. I'll close out with the last point from the channel. Nelson, you are an inspiration.
Well, thank you.
And so that was a nice comment to see. I agree with this person. You've done a fantastic job. You've become somewhat famous while still having your heart in the right place on it. So over to you for some final words.
Yeah, cool. I want to thank you for, inviting me. To be honest, like I would never imagine, be here talking to you. Through my journey, it's been ups and downs, and sometimes I felt quitting. But I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my God, because everything I do is for the sake of my God. And this is what my religion teaches me, which is to be kind, to help others, even if you're not Muslim, right? Like I get along with everybody, literally everybody. Like I like to be kind. I like to give and not expect anything in return. So yeah, it's been a journey, and I'm just gonna keep on being the best of me. I'm not here to try and just make money, be rich, and then just shoot. I'm here to try and make an impact in this world, and I'm just trying to find ways. And so I want to say sorry if I said anything which you didn't like, or I don't know. I just no,
this has been wonderful. Oh, I wish there were more people that were like you on giving. It's good to see one of the good guys, good gals. It's good to see the good people win for once. So we wish you all the success. Everyone, go follow, go subscribe. If you have questions, follow up with Nelson. If you have ideas, suggestions from your own experiences, that could help Nelson, go send them to Nelson. If you've got some money, go find Nelson. All right, so we'll go ahead and get our way out of here. I'll switch back to my screen. All right, here we go. Honestly, Nelson, this has been, I've done a lot of these webinars. This was genuinely fun. I was looking forward to it, and it lived up to expectations. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us about YouTube, video production, teaching. Thanks for showing the new PyCharm course. And again, everyone, go follow Nelson so that you can find out about it. It's coming out soon. I've seen it. It's great. If you have any questions later, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by email or social media. If you'd like to get more information on PyCharm, go to our website, jetbrains.com/PyCharm. Lots of stuff happening the next couple of weeks, baby. Woo! We'd love your feedback on this webinar. Please feel free to contact us on Twitter. Nafil and I and Roberto and Valerie, we all handle that. So you'll get to talk to us on Twitter. The recording of this will be available on the YouTube channel. We'll also announce it soon. If you haven't already, check out our PyCharm blog, where you can find some up-to-date PyCharm news, information, events, educational resources. For example, we'll do the announcement about the publication of this on our blog in a couple of days. And with that in mind, that's all from us today. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, audience. Hope you have a nice day.